What is up, Aries? Welcome to your general timeless reading. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Let's see what's going on for you, my dear. Show me what I most need to see for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements, please, Spirit. I heard total connection and total completion. Let's see what's going on for you. It feels very, I'm stuck between 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, which is good. Because that means you're clearing energy. Let's see what's going on for Aries, please, Spirit. Feels very finalizing. Four of Pentacles, so that's the release. It's in reverse, which is really nice. We have the Page of Wands, and we have the Five of Wands. You're no longer fighting for things that are just like triggering to you, you know? Like, you know when you're in a dynamic with somebody and they continuously piss you off? You're like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. It's not serving me. You're realizing why it's triggering you and you're learning to walk away from it, which is really good. That's really nice. What else do we have for Aries, please, Spirit? Knight of Cups. Okay, so you're approaching things with more of an open, receptive energy. You're also going to be getting an offer here soon. I heard Lila's. Lilacs? Lila? I heard the name Lila, but it felt more like a flower, honestly, in my head. And you're probably like, how can it feel like a flower? Well, when you start to do this stuff, everything just has a feeling. Strength in reverse. And the Five of Cups and the Page of Swords. This feels like someone's offering you like an olive branch. It's kind of like, I should be apologizing, but it doesn't feel like an apology. It feels like, hey, let's do this. Like, let's go on a walk or let's go out to dinner. And you're just kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of feels like you don't trust them, to be honest, with Strength in reverse there. I feel like this might be very triggering to you. And with the Page of Swords, there's going to be some honest conversation, but it's more so like tiptoeing into it. It doesn't feel like anything that is, because it's a page, it's like the beginning stages. It's not like a night where they're like giving you an actual like offer to sit on the phone and talk or go out and talk. It's kind of like tiptoeing around it. Like if you're eating dinner, it's like, oh, I remember, like, yeah, I kind of felt betrayed. Oh, over that? Like, it's something that's not, it's like you're dropping hints. It's really what it feels like. Let's look at this Seven of Pentacles and the overall. You don't want to invest in this. It's a really weird energy because I feel like that's your ego, though. I feel like there's a part of you that's scared to invest because you don't want to get lied to or hurt. But there is a part of you that wants this to go somewhere. It's really strange. Let's look at the Seven of Pentacles to start. Okay, so we have the Magician in reverse and the Lovers and the Tower. That's all I'm going to take. I'm only going to take the top three. You got three majors. Yeah, this is your fear. You're not wanting to invest because part of this dynamic also makes you feel like you're not in your authentic self. It takes you out of this part of you that you actually really enjoy embodying. So this relationship came in to trigger parts of your ego, parts of your fear, your limiting beliefs, your insecurities. Soulmates are not just things that make us feel really lovey-dovey. They're also things that allow us to heal, and we heal by addressing our wounds. And so if we can't see them ourselves, the universe is going to be like, hey, here's a person who I'm bringing you to push all your buttons. And you're like, wow, thanks. That was great. With the Tower in reverse, it's helping you break down these parts of you that you yourself are probably not too fond of, but you're aware that they're there now because of this partnership. And so if you're not wanting to invest in the partnership, be mindful if you're not wanting to invest in it because it's pushing all of your pain points and challenging you to heal. Or if you don't want to be in it because you're claiming that they are toxic. Is it that they are toxic or you're bringing out the toxicity in one another so it can be healed? Be mindful of the reasoning behind why you're ending it. I'm not saying not to. I'm just saying if you decide to walk away, be clear on your reasoning of it so you can understand and actually move forward with something of your highest good. Okay, let's look at the Four of Pentacles. Temperance. Yeah, this whole thing is about healing. This whole thing is going to be about healing. This is about patience. It's about finding balance. Just because someone brings out the worst in us and us in them does not mean that they are bad for us. It means that maybe both of you are mirroring toxic tendencies you both need to heal. Okay? With the Four of Pentacles in reverse and Temperance here, this is a very divinely guided dynamic, a very divinely guided connection. You're just going through a rough patch is really what it feels like. I don't feel an ending here. I don't. I feel like both people might want to run from it, but it's just because they feel like it's a fear of failure that's going on with the Six of Wands in reverse. It's like, no, I won't be able to fix this. We won't be able to fix this. Let's just call it quits because I can't deal with rejection or abandonment or a fear of failure, right? All of those things. So let's look at the Page of Wands and the Five of Wands here. I heard a cosmic endeavor is what I just heard in my head. Cosmic endeavor. To me, that tells me that you might have a lot of dream space experiences together, but it also tells me that the universe is quite literally going to continuously bring you partnership like this until you see the core lesson in it. Okay? And be mindful that lessons are not just about the person that you're dealing with. The person you're dealing with is showing you a part of you that you're probably struggling with, right? So, and it might be on two completely different ends of the spectrum, right? So if you're codependent and they're narcissistic, right, or have narcissistic tendencies, you're probably going to come to realize that you both have narcissistic tendencies, but narcissism is deeply rooted in codependency. Okay, so it's really rooted in both of you having fear of betrayal. One might be a little bit more excessive than the other, okay? Research narcissism before you go typing in the comments about it, okay? Just really try to understand it. So let's see the Five of Wands and the Page of Wands. Ten of Cups, yeah. This is a very loving relationship. It is. You're just really going through a rough patch. There's a lot of love here. There's probably going to be a devil card though too. Bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Swords. There's a lot of love, but there's a lot of self-sabotage. There's a lot of deception. There's a lot of lack of trust in it. And that's because there's a challenge to learn to trust yourselves, to learn to trust things that you cannot control, things that are external to you, to lean into the fact that, okay, regardless of what they do, I have the tools I need to work on myself every single day, right? Self-care is preventative care, right? When you experience a trauma and you haven't been practicing self-care, then you go into aftercare. You're going to learn how to practice self-care in this dynamic. Let's look at the Knight of Cups and the Five of Cups. Woo! Queen of Cups in reverse. Four of Wands in reverse. Yeah, see, Seven of Swords. This is the King of Cups. You're a true pair. You're a true pair. There's a sabotaging behavior here. There is. There's a very sabotaging behavior here because it's closing down the heart space because of this huge fear of, I don't want to be hurt again. I don't want to be betrayed again. And that's okay. It's okay to have your fear, but lean into it. I'm not saying succumb to it. I'm saying lean into it and try to understand it, right? Even if this person did you horribly wrong, right? Horribly wrong, like unspeakable. Understand that most likely had absolutely nothing to you. And that can be true as well as you not wanting to be in the relationship. Both things can be true. Or they did something horrible to you and normal society would be like, oh my gosh, leave. And part of you is like, no, I know that had nothing to do with me. That's their own trauma to heal. But I also see that it's teaching me to have healthier boundaries, right? To learn to say no, to not people please, to honor myself more, okay? You're going to see the duality of this relationship. There's a lot of love here, but the feminine is more prone to wanting to throw away foundations. There's a lack of trust with it. There is this air of like, I'm over it. I'm done. I don't want to deal with it. And it's because of this sabotaging behavior. This could be the feminine sabotaging, but I feel it's also in retaliation to this constant air of sabotage or mistrust or deceptiveness that swirls around here. I feel like it's the masculine coming in with this offer, considering the feminine was attached to the Four of Wands, not because male or female. Masculine, feminine, or energy. I'm a masculine energy, and I'm a female, okay? So regardless of your gender, we all have duality of masculine and feminine. Nine of Wands in reverse tells me that both people are emotionally tapped, exhausted, over it, don't want to deal with it anymore. Okay, so let's continue. Let's see what else is going on here. Let's look at the Five of Cups. I heard course correct. This tells me that even though this person's like sulking, yeah, so top three, even though this person is sulking, there's a part of them that's like sitting and questioning what they should do. And really what needs to happen is like really thinking about what you're feeling. It is a Two of Cups connection. It's a very balanced connection. And just because it's balanced doesn't mean it's in the shadow. Things can be in the shadow and balanced and in the light and balanced, okay? With the Knight of Cups coming in, I feel like this feminine energy, the Queen of Cups, is sitting with a lot of hurt and is very like, I don't want to accept it. I don't want your offer right now. I do love you. I don't know what to do because I'm still healing, and that's okay. It's okay to still be healing. It's okay to want time alone, but there needs to be communication here. I feel like the masculine's kind of just sitting back and like, what do I do? What's going on here, right? Let's look at strength. Ooh, come here. The Fool. King of Swords in reverse. The Hangman. Yeah. Yeah, the masculine's just sitting back. They're not talking. They're like, I know I need to wait. That's what the Hangman is. The Hangman is the in-between. It's triggering their insecurity, but with strength on top of strength in reverse to me as a reader, it's validating the channeled message for me as well. This is good that the trigger is going both ways. By the feminine wanting the space and time to heal, it's triggering the masculine's like sense of sitting in the unknown and how uncomfortable they get with that. That might trigger fear of rejection or abandonment or lack of self-worth, things like that. This is what's going to lead this pair into a new beginning, because this separation or this pause or just talking less or just like not sleeping in the same bed, however it looks for you, is actually going to create energetic distance, right? Because we as humans, we co-regulate. If I step into a room, you're going to feel a shift in the room because now a new energy is entered. Okay? Normal. Very normal. The same happens in our partnership. If you enter into a room with your partner, the energy is going to shift rather than you sitting in that room by yourself, right? You're going to know, oh, somebody's here with me. It's co-regulation. So when you separate from one another, you're going to understand, okay, what's just mine and what has been theirs because I've been so encompassed and surrounded with them, whether it be physically or mentally or emotionally, right? Because you can co-regulate just by the tone of somebody's voice on the phone, right? Or how you're perceiving their text messages, right? And that's probably not co-regulation. That's probably the story your ego's telling you through text, though. Let's just be honest. Let's look at the Page of Swords. Yes. Oh, this is really, I like this. Okay. Page of Swords. We got a lot here. We're just going to take them. So we have the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Five of Swords. There's going to be a discussion about the lack of security or reliability or safety that the feminine feels with the masculine. And it's to clear out the conflict or the inner conflict, right? The inner critic. So having this conversation is going to help both the masculine and the feminine because it's going to air out the things that have not been said. And that's what's going to bring in the clarity, the Seven of Cups in reverse. It's probably going to happen after the 18th or so because Mercury is going to go direct then. And then we're going to have the energy start to pick up in regards to clarity about what we want and what direction we need to move in. So we're going into the healing of the oppression or depression. If you've been struggling with anxiety or depression, expect that to lift. Expect that healing to continue to happen because those emotions are also your body telling you what it needs to release. Okay, so be mindful of that. Change up your day, change up your routine, reach out to a friend, go outside for a walk. Simply doing exercise is really going to help any of us that are struggling with anxiety or depression to shake it off. Okay, care for yourself, honor yourself. But this is going to pass. It's a period of healing for both people. And just be kind to yourself. Eight of Cups, bottom of the deck, and the Devil. I love this. So you're going to have a second chance at this relationship with the Ace of Pentacles there. With the Devil in reverse and the Eight of Cups, it's so funny because I feel like some of you are like, oh, again, I'm going to go through this with them again. It makes me wonder, like, why are you, if you're cross-watching, like, you obviously are interested in them still and energetically attached to them. So don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. Eight of Cups. And the Devil, you're walking away from the fear, the limiting beliefs, the scarcity mindset, addiction, attachment, things of that nature. Awesome. Also, I do have collective Reiki sessions for the collective available over Zoom. They happen every other Saturday. We just had one this past Saturday. So we're going to have one on the 28th of January. It's $11 for a 45-minute session. Go ahead and join. I'd love to have you there. And please like, share, subscribe to this video. Also, if you're part of Patreon, you do get access to those collective Reiki healings for select tiers for free. So you get that for free. It is included with your Patreon. And then you'll also have access to moon cycle readings, energy shift readings, weekly live chats, weekly card pulls, meditations, affirmations, podcast series. We're doing one on the Kabbalion right now. So I'd love to see you there. And I wish you the best. I'll see you next time.